We actually have some bad news. We broke up.
Yeah, we felt like we needed to.
It's time to share it.
Yeah.
I think it is time to talk about it. I mean, people probably wondering why
we broke up.
They clicked on this thumbnail.
A lot of people may not know that we broke up.
Might not know. And I don't know if it's a we situation where it's more of like a I was dumped.
Steve was dumped. Steve was dumped 20 years ago. And he was dumped for only 6 to 10 hours.
Okay.
So is that really getting dumped?
They were super long hours for starters, not just normal hours.
I actually should, really, how long was it?
Okay, so you broke up with me. I don't even know when the actual breakup time happened. It was at that thing.
It was late at night.
It wasn't that late. We were at a thing.
Probably like closed. 10 o'clock at night.
8.
We were out front of my grandparents' house.
Oh, I thought it happened at the...
We were out front of my grandparents' house. So it's like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And then...
So why are you so passive and okay with this story? And I'm like heartbroken about the whole thing.
I'm not. Okay.
Like you're like, we broke up.
I'm trying to downplay it. It wasn't that
You're
big
not
of a
trying
deal.
to down. Yeah, I don't even think she cared.
It wasn't that big of a deal. But...
It's a big deal.
It was probably 8 hours.
Okay, so maybe it was 8 hours-ish.
8 hours. He was broken up with for 8 hours.
Devastatingly broken up with.
Yeah.
By the love of my life, who I was fully intending on marrying.
I just had a freak out. Is what it was. It was a...
Who's also extremely hot.
It was a... I'm freaking out.
I mean... I don't know if it was a freak out or like a premonition. But
a premonition that I didn't follow.
Like I should have stuck with that. But seriously, like, let's go into the details of our breakup because it is an important moment in my life.
Yeah.
Not yours, obviously. You don't care.
It's probably not as important in my life as yours.
I'm still heartbroken
take it more
from
to
it.
Heart. I do feel like it was a big moment because it was at that point that we were broken up that I was like, oh, I think I do want to be with him and I don't want to be broken up. I think I just needed the 8 hours of okay, what do I really want? And then it was like,
and there was kind of a lot that went into it. I don't know, it's not like a real breakup probably either.
It wasn't.
It's a little extreme to call it a breakup.
It was maybe we should take a break. And that's kind of what was even said. Should we take a break? And it was like an 8-hour break. So
it's the longest break of my life.
So is it really a break?
It felt like 6 months to me.
It's like sleeping, like a night's sleep.
Oh, really?
Let's take a break while we sleep.
Must have been nice for whoever had that.
I didn't sleep either. A normal night's sleep.
So it started off, we were going to a little function. It's called...
It was a demolition
derby. I can't remember the name of things. What's a demolition derby where you wreck the cars? And in Utah, there's a bunch of farm towns. They do weird stuff
We weren't demolitioning.
I wish we were.
The derby.
We were watching. I was being demolitioned. Is that a word?
No. Maybe. We were spectating.
Demolished.
Yeah.
By someone else. Where they were backing into me when I wasn't looking. Jared.
I don't get it.
I didn't say a word.
Okay.
But yes, we were there trying to have a good time. I don't think we were because Jamie was not talking to me.
I think we just...
Do we have to go back further even than this? Do we have to go back to your grandma's house the night before?
We don't.
I don't mind going back to that.
I say we do. I haven't heard this story yet.
We don't.
Because that is what happened, right? It was the night before when grandma or someone was looking out the window?
No, none of that.
Okay, never mind then.
He doesn't even know.
Oh, it was the... Was that what it was?
He's not talking about it.
Hickeys.
What is that when you get a red mark on your neck?
Vacuum cleaners.
Anyways.
Time out real quick, though. What is on your screen? Is that bad? Okay, just checking, because I saw a thing pop up. So
that's just whenever I tap this, it's...
Okay, I was just making sure for your sake. Changing. I was like, wait, did he click something? And he's like, oh, crap. Okay, we're good. Sorry. So we're not talking about that maybe you were aggressively kissing my neck?
That's the wrong way of saying
Jamie.
Passionately.
Opposite there.
Wow.
Oh, wait, did I give you the hickey?
You're so dumb.
I don't remember, actually.
Yes!
I mean...
It wasn't even really
It was just a tiny one? A love hickey? Was it on purpose?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. We were just kissing.
Can we not
Okay,
talk
someone else
about
could
it?
take my spot here in the computer. I'm going to head out for a little bit.
You don't even remember the story. You thought I gave you one? No.
I couldn't remember.
And then I'm mad. Why did I do that?
Yeah, I mean, you would have been.
Yeah, but it was definitely
Okay,
the
so
other way around.
Okay, so we're not talking about that part of the
No.
story. Okay, so let's go back to where we were.
I had mixed emotions. I was emotional, and I was just like, I don't know, like, and I think it was because I'm getting to the point, like, we'd been dating for 7 months by then.
Which in Utah is like 17 years.
Pretty much. We'd been dating for, like, known each other for about 7 months. And where we've seen each other, like, a lot, constantly.
Enough to be giving hickeys.
Once.
But we did spend,
Once, barely.
we were spending every single day together.
Yeah, and I had gone home for the summer, and I had come back. And I was back getting ready to start another semester or starting another year. So I'd come back, and I think it was, like, in my head, like, I went home for summer, we had been dating, we talked every day, I'm coming back, and now it's like,
you think normally
go
people would be
time.
like excited, like we're gonna be like getting together. I can't believe I've been gone for so long. I miss
It
him
wasn't
so
the
much.
day that I came back.
I don't remember
either.
any of this as part of the story, so
It
I'm
wasn't
just
the
adding
day I
that in
came
now.
back. It was like I had come back and
Yeah.
I was getting ready to move in. I was living with my grandma until they opened up the dorms and I could move my stuff back in.
Yeah.
Like I had my stuff there, but like anyways, my summer stuff where I could move back in and start school. So it was probably a week of being back in Utah, and we had been apart. And I think I just knew in my head, like, I'm going to go back and then things may get serious. And I think I had a freak out where I'm like, oh my gosh, am I ready for this? Am I, like...
Which in your defense, probably weren't. We were pretty young.
Yes. I would say I
In
was
hindsight,
I would say I was not ready.
Reasonable freak out.
And I was like, just... a lot of things were happening, and I think I was just like, ugh. And so
I was ready.
When we were together, I'm just like, oh no, I'm freaking out. And then it was...
She wasn't talking to me, which now I know means you're upset or thinking about something. But at the time, I don't think I knew that. I was like, she freaking hates my guts.
Yeah. Like I get quiet, and then he thinks I hate him, and I'm like quiet.
I
because-
think I even like tried to hold your hand at one point, and you like pulled away. Mm-hmm. It was bad. I was like, oh crap, and I freak out when other people are freaking out. So Jamie's freaking out, and so then I go into like full freak out mode. I'm like, that's how I.
And it wasn't even like that. It was just kind of like, I think you were just saying, what's wrong? And I'm like, I don't know. I think we need a break. And I don't know. You're like, do you even love me? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, because I had a lot of stuff just like on me. And I was like,
including a hickey. I mean, we didn't have
Can we not like talk about that at all?
That needs to be public record.
No. And so I
The amount
think
of times we've said hickey on this podcast already.
a lot.
We're not talking about that part though.
No, I think it was that. Yeah, I was like, I need us to be done so I can clear-headedly think.
When it happened, were you thinking we're done? At the moment when it happened.
No, I just needed to be like, we're done. I need to now, like in my head, I need to sit and process everything. And I think saying it was what, like, I needed to not be like, well, we're still together, but I think I needed to feel like, okay, we're done. And it was more like, I just need to think. It wasn't even like we're breaking up, but it was.
I mean, I felt like we were
that.
breaking up.
I mean, we didn't say that, but it was like I need to think.
I remember because I was like really upset.
Yeah, it was a breakup, but in my
broke
head,
my
I
heart.
don't think I was like, we're breaking up and now we're apart forever. It was just like
Okay.
I honestly.
I thought
need
that was
to
a
think.
real possibility.
Yeah.
I mean, you hated me that day, I felt like.
And I don't know if I, in my head, was like, this is a real, it could have been. I just needed to sit and think about what.
And then you just went to bed and woke up the next day.
I went in and I laid down because I was sleeping on the couch I went on the couch because me and my sister were sharing a room and she happened to be there visiting, and she came up and I'm upset and she asked what's wrong, and then I told her, and then she bawled all night long.
What did
in
you tell her?
room.
What was your wording?
We broke up. I did say that.
You said
I'm
we
like,
broke up
Steve
or
and
I broke up with him? I feel
I
like
think I said I broke up
Why
with
am I
him.
getting responsibility for this with your sister? Just kidding.
I can't remember what I told her. It's probably we broke up.
No, that was the reason.
But I think I did. I may have said I broke up with Steve. I don't know. But she cried all night long. I got to listen to her cry all night long.
She took it harder than you did.
She did. I got to hear it.
And so you were on the couch. She's crying, and you're like
upset.
Okay,
but
so
I'm
you
not,
were
like,
upset.
I'm not like wailing loudly. Like
no, I mean
was.
you wouldn't do that. If you were doing that, I would be like, "What happened?"
Yeah, she was doing that, so that was fun.
And I was roaming around the city. I didn't go home. I just walked, and I stole flowers from people's yards and from like the local churches. And
yep, he committed
I brought her some
robbery.
That was more in the morning though. After I like talked myself into like maybe I can still get her back, even though it was only like 7 hours. But it felt like think about being up all night in the wild.
The wild of Salt
I was
Lake
in the
City.
wild.
You're saying Salt Lake City is the wild?
It kind of is.
In the wild.
Yeah.
And
The concrete jungle.
It was warm though, so it wasn't cold.
No, it was warm, so
But,
at least you didn't freeze.
But I was roaming the streets, roaming the mean streets of Salt Lake City, heartbroken.
What were you? Were you talking to yourself? That's what I mean.
Maybe. What if I was like just the crazy person? I don't know. I just walked. I might have walked home from Farmington. I didn't, but I was just like,
No.
wait, how did I get home? Was I driving your car?
drove. Yeah, you probably have my car. You probably took my car. So let me get in your car. And drive myself
We're
home.
picking you up. Fine. I'm taking your car and I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I had a car at the time.
I don't think you did.
So, but then I roamed the streets, picked up flowers, came back.
To my dorm, because I happened to be in my dorm that time. Like I was in my dorm.
So it was more than 8 hours. You moved into a dorm.
I don't think I think I had been moved.
Was
in.
it like weeks?
No.
How long was I on the streets of Salt Lake City?
One night. It was the next morning, but I was in my dorm getting things ready and stuff because we were going there the next day.
Yeah, so you were, so it was, because it was like.
It was the morning. I was you.
So I brought him over. I thought I just dropped, did I not just drop him off and then later you contacted me? That's
You
what I
may
thought
have
happened.
dropped them off with my roommates.
And then later you contacted me. So it was way more than 8 hours.
Yeah, maybe.
And I was roaming the streets still. Now I'm like, I dropped something off. She doesn't even care.
Yeah, you dropped off flowers and food. Was it? What was it?
I don't know.
A
Whatever I
bagel?
can scrounge
Bagel?
up on the streets of Salt Lake City. I probably got you a bagel or something. But
And then I think you got me a Real Salt Lake soccer tickets. And it was like, you can come with me if you want. There's 2 tickets.
I got dumped and I went right back to her.
Yeah.
Big sissy.
He was like, I have 2 tickets. We can go together or you can go with someone else.
Why are you saying that all the time?
Take it or leave it.
I feel like I'm being
so
represented
that's why I called
pathetically.
you.
It was meant to be a romantic gesture.
And it was a letter. I think you gave me a note and everything, a card. And so I did call you to be like, yeah, I'll go with you.
I mean, it was like 62 hours of me just panicking on the streets of Salt Lake. I might have written all sorts of things
I
down.
was like, yeah, I'll go with you to the game. And then we went to the game. Still a little, like...
And Hickey number 2?
No.
Did we make out that night, though?
No, I don't know.
We might have made out that night. I think part of the conversation was, though, like, maybe we need to, like, not kiss as much because you didn't like the hickey thing.
No, I didn't.
Or were you just using that as, like, you're blaming, but really you were like, I personally don't like you. And you were just holding back.
I think I just had a lot of things building up, and that was the one that was like, all right, I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out.
It was a legitimate freak out, though. It wasn't, and it wasn't that bad.
So we had gone to the demolition derby, and there were people there. There was someone there that I had actually known, and I had told you about this well after being married. There was somebody there that I recognized too there, and that added to it too. You don't remember?
Your ex-lover was there?
Yeah, is this an X? This sounds like an X.
Not an ex, no. It was Justin.
Timberlake?
Yes, JT.
I'm really upset about this.
I told you about it.
I mean, if you ever saw him again, would the same thing happen?
No.
He lives in, like, our neighborhood almost.
Yeah.
His kids go to school with our kids.
So, maybe we shouldn't say this right now.
Who?
I'm not going to say the last name.
Well, you gotta tell me.
Joshua's friend.
Ah.
And so I...
It was like an old crush.
Yeah, but not even like 12 year like
Yeah.
And so I had these like, and I was sitting here and I was just thinking, and thoughts were like, which we'll get into later, but like I'm like, I've only like had one boyfriend in my
Were you trying to
entire
see
life.
who of the two would give you a better hickey?
Can we kick him out now?
I'm waiting for the answer.
No,
Is that what you were thinking about when you broke up with me? It was
I
like,
was not.
would he be a better kisser than me? That's what you just basically just said. Is that not what she just said?
That's not what
That is what she just said.
Anyways, so that is how I was dumped by my wife.
And now he's still having angst.
I'm getting upset again.
Honestly,
you did
though-
tell me that other part.
Bring
I was
back
just
those rough memories.
Honestly, though, that would be the only time I've ever broken up with anybody. And it was not for very long. I'm just not meant to break up with people.
Dumped
But
me
on
hard,
the
though.
other hand, how many people have you broken up with?
Well, technically, one. How many people I dated? Maybe more than that. But I usually had a better method of breaking up where I just stopped communicating with that person. And then you don't have to dump them.
That's the way to go.
It's just
ghost
a
'em.
lot less.
Just ghost them, like, actually, because you probably didn't even have text messages on half of them. Where
No,
you're
well, I mean,
ghosting them.
I'm
You're
like
just
too old for text messages.
removing yourself from their presence forever.
I legitimately,
AOL
He
messaged
became a
them.
ghost.
I legitimately
You
vanished.
became a ghost.
Like I had one that it wasn't quite a breakup, but I was like, well, I'm just been really busy. Maybe you should like see other people sometimes and stuff. And then like was like, all right, well, I gotta go. And I just never talked to that person again. Like that person probably hates my guts.
And you were like together.
Yeah, it was like my girlfriend.
See, how many girlfriends do you still have then? If you
I
technically
still-
didn't break up with them.
I have probably 3.
I mean, yeah.
Let me count. 1, 2, 2.
2 girlfriends.
Are
Still.
you imagining in your head your girlfriends?
Can you even
Counting.
picture them?
If they could be sitting in this room right now, I wouldn't know who it was.
That is sad.
I actually don't think they might be my next door neighbor. I just would not know the
I mean, our
face.
next door neighbor is quite a bit older than we
I know
are.
the color of each of their hairs.
Their hairs.
But then I did break up with another one. Well, hairs, yeah, they didn't have one hair.
You know each color of each strand of hair.
Hairs, like
English-
as a group,
English
a
is hard.
collection.
Were any of
Hair.
them blonde?
You can say hair.
Were any of them blonde?
One of them was blonde. One of them was brunette. And then I broke up with another one.
I can feel the jealousy
You
coming
broke
on.
up with only one person.
One person. I broke up with one person. That one I had to because we were engaged.
He was forced.
That was a little harder to ghost.
He was forced to. You can't just disappear from someone you're engaged to. Become a missing person. Maybe. You
At
can.
least the ring came in handy.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Think
the
about
one
it.
I'm wearing now.
You're not wearing it now.
Nope.
You probably swallowed it again. Watch the last podcast.
Watch the last podcast. You'll get what we're saying.